How is she her? How does she do it? The star was born from a great above. I really wanted to okay, so yeah. Now we gotta do some studying on yeah.
Battery low.
Can't see through the light, just see your face in the glass.
Is this okay? Is this fine? How's the lighting? 1 second. Anybody? Anybody? Wait. Okay, let's move on. So, I just would like to talk about how happy I am. And I know this is like a bad, coming on to the camera. But it's not about that, okay? It's not about that. I just want to talk about how happy I am in my life right now. The date is, hold on, sorry. I'm gonna scratch my back. And that's the point of the combo. You know, you don't need nobody to scratch your back. You can scratch your own back, okay? You can scratch your own back. You don't need anybody. You know that feeling of when you want something so bad and you finally get it, and now it's like, oh, what's next? You know, I have seemed to encounter that with a certain individual in my life. And I have had these epiphanies multiple times now. This has now sadly been the second one. One time is enough. So, with that being said, you know, I'm so ready for this next chapter in my life. I'm so happy. I am just, you know, hold on. It's 6:07, guys. Okay. Thanks for waiting. All right. Reasons why I'm happy. You know, I really don't have anybody stressing me out in my life right now. Really, it's just me. And that's just, I like that it's just me, you know? Because only I can, you know, tick myself off. And besides this humidity in this state, and that was not to be funny. That really ticks me off. Okay. All jokes aside, I'm just like, you know, happy, and I think it's more like a grateful feeling. You know, I just can't express this, you know? It's really hard to express. It's really hard to like embody. Cause that's why I'm saying, like, you think you need somebody to go along with you in this so-called journey of life, and you don't. I'm not saying like a significant other. A significant other, you don't need that either. I tried to do it, but it couldn't flow, So anywho, so yeah, like I just, you know, you can go outside and not have to worry about no one. It's a little selfish at times, but at some point, everybody gets to that point. And it's sad enough that some people are getting to that point out of stress in today's society. Okay, yeah, I have bills too. But am I sitting here crying and talking about it? And I mean, I have real life family problems too. I sometimes don't have any family, you know? So I just love how that I am able to get over this and get over anything, any obstacle that comes my way, you know? And I just really think that's why people look at me like a big what the F and like a big kid maybe because they don't think I take anything serious. But in reality, nothing is serious. Why is it so serious? Why are we so serious? Why so serious? You know? Why is it so serious? Like why is everybody in and it just goes on to say like, I don't really hard to be aware with all these new diseases and disorders because now it puts people into this hypochondriac state of mind because uh, yeah, we're all depressed, but are we really all depressed or are we just currently sad and don't know how to move on with the emotion? And that presents me to my next thing I want to show you guys actually. I present to you I present to you the feelings wheel. You know, I think we should all learn first in life is how to embody our emotions, how to control your emotions, not suppress them because we're not mind readers. Okay? I was always told that when I was a kid, you know, when my mom, as I talk now today, I talk like as you're supposed to know something. And I talk in broken English, okay? It's something I have to get used and get over. No, I didn't take ESL. So, the feelings will, okay, guys? And that's something I want to talk about for real. Let's get into it for real. Let's now. Right now. Let's get into this. So, you know, everybody is always going around like, why am I so happy? Why am I so happy? You know, let's talk about it first. Let's slow down. Let's slow down. So I'm happy. What else? Joy? What else? Wait. Okay. What else am I feeling outside of to make me know that I'm happy? We have optimistic, confident, strong, joyful, aroused, and loving. And also, right now, I'm feeling very optimistic, confident. I'm strong, you know, very joyful, aroused, and loving, you know? And so, I just think that, I'm not gonna lie, I got some hot wings in the other room. And you know how they say that, like, aphrodisiacs, that's what you're going to say, you know? I just think once I ate that chicken wing and it was really good, I was like, yeah, I am happy. I am happy. You know, I'm very positive. I'm inspired. I inspire myself. I inspire myself. I'm proud of myself. I self-assure myself. Courageous. Hello. Powerful. Ecstatic. I'm delighted. You know, playful and embracing and generous to those I like. And so I just think like people are stuck on the opposite side of the wheel. And that's when we look at happy. Okay, so we see happy in yellow. And then what's all the way across? We have this dark blue sad. And I just really think people need to understand why they're sad. Are you sad for no reason or are you sad because of what the song is playing in the background? You know? I don't think they know that. So when you're sad, I really think you should understand how sad you really are. And if you really want to stay that sad. You know, I got stuff to be sad about too. You know, I'll probably be sad at in 2-3 hours for 30 minutes. But I'm not gonna make that my whole personality. And that's the problem we have now in 2026 and ever since 2020. 2020 we'll just start with there. Everybody was so confined in their home. Like they're just saying, I don't understand. Okay. All right. So, but yeah, like, you know. And this is just all me. I don't have anybody inspiring me to be this happy. You don't, and that's just something that you also need to learn. I'm learning that too. I honestly, I don't like Um, it's trial and error. I don't like, how you are sometimes around a certain person. That's not who you are. That didn't make any sense. Yeah. Move on. But I did just want to see how happy I am. You don't need anybody, guys. If you do have people around you that are really healthy and they really like you, thank God. But if you don't, keep going. You don't need nobody. Trust me. As someone who's never had anybody, it's not that bad. Okay? It's not that bad. At some point, they still are of you. They still want to be around you. They just don't know how. Okay? And that's okay. To understand that you are special and one of a kind is more than enough. Does it get easier? No. Will it get better? Yeah. Because understand that you're just somebody that not everybody can handle and that everybody wants to be a part of is enough for me. I'm editing my video and I just want to let everybody know it's okay. If you are sad, it is okay. Okay? Okay. I also want to say, also, do not take your sadness out on other people, especially if they don't know why you're sad. We are, again, back to the whole feelings wheel. We're not mind readers, okay, guys? Okay? I don't want to sound like a witch, all right? All right? We're on the same page now? You can be sad, but I just don't believe on taking your sadness out on people who don't understand why you're sad. Talk about it. Okay, I've been there before, okay? But I also remember how I really felt and how my life was at the time. I lost all my friends, you know, the friends I didn't have. Like, it's gonna make me cry now, really thinking back when I was really, really in that moment. And, like, all the other treacherous moments that have really impacted my life. And just the only person that got it out was me, you know? Only it's hard and I don't have any, but if you're sad, I get it. And I just pray you get over it. I pray you can get over it if it's something that you can get over. And I just also pray and want everybody to know that if you are like in that feeling, don't think it's just you. Everybody is sad. Guys, hi. So, hear me now. I'm still not all the way there. I just left a pool party, and then it rained on us. Yeah. So it was kind of nice. It was fun. But other than that, for me, and I just want to share this experience and inspire you all. Okay, I'm back. All right, just a little bit. But yeah, so that's me. I'm about to eat my food, and yeah, I got a nice meal in front of me. Not quite too, not quite too aesthetic. So how do I feel currently? Currently, I feel really good. I just still don't have nothing much to talk about. My mind is actually, this is what it feels like to feel at peace for me. There's no why, there's no what if, there's no how come, and You know, I live alone. I'm the oldest of four, and I've been alone for almost like 2 years. And this is a learning curve because, you know, what do you mean you're at peace and you don't know what to do with it? This is crazy. I gotta go. And once upon a time, I used to say, "Let yourself cry," because I was not allowed to cry. It's like, you know, I was never allowed to really cry. I wasn't allowed to cry. I wasn't allowed to cry. So at some point in my life, I let myself cry to let me experience that and get rid of that emotion. But recently I've done enough crying. Thank God. Yeah. And again, this is all from me, you know, getting a That's cute. So let's move on. So, all right, cool. So, yeah, I mean, I was just learning, like, you know, at some point in my life, like, I was letting, you think you need somebody, you know? You think you need somebody. You think you're missing out on something and you're not. Okay. And I just want to let the world know that don't stop believing. Just hold on to that feeling. Guys, I can't sing. That's one of my most embarrassing talents. I can dance. I can't sing. It's either one or both. I always thought I could have both, but that's just one that I can't do. I can't sing. I can harmonize apparently, and I have range, but a cappella for me, nah. Oh, don't stop believing. I know that ain't the hold on to that feeling. Don't stop believing. I feel like Drake and Kanye. In a world full of Beyonces. Wait. On the beach, Shebang. Oh, all of my ops, they dead. When she run my you come, see him. Then don't.